Hi, welcome back to Dear Young Person podcast. Today I want to talk about building bridges. Should you build bridges or burn them? Well, my advice to you is don't be in a hurry to cut people off. There's something that I think we should pay a lot more attention to, and it's about stories. In every story, there's a protagonist, there's an antagonist, right? There's the actor and the boss, in a sense. There's the hero and there's the villain. And I think we go through life with this idea that we can never be villains. We should never be villains because something, something, something. But the thing about life is you won't always know when you're the villain in someone else's story. Let's take movies, for instance. There are some movie actors that in every movie, they are the protagonists. And then when you see them as villains in other movies, you're like, this person can act like this. And it's funny because it's a mirror into how we view life. That we think, oh, it's not possible. I'm a good person. I can never be the bad person in someone's story because I'm a good person. But newsflash, you are the villain in someone else's story. That person that you were dating, that you said, it's not me, it's you. Oh, we cannot work. Oh, this. When that person is telling the story of the heartbreak that they went through, guess who is the villain? It doesn't matter that you said it's not me, it's you. You are the bad person. You are the bad person in the story. So you cannot go through life thinking that, oh, you are a good person in everybody's story. First off, reconcile that in your heart and then we can proceed. Have you reconciled that in your heart? Great. Now we can move on. Now that you know that you can also, or that you are also the villain in someone else's story, how should you navigate as you go through life? It's very important that you're not so quick to burn bridges. We live in a world where every December 31st, everyone is like, oh, scissors time. I'm cutting off people. Everybody is doing scissors hands up and down. Oh, cut off. This person did not wish me happy birthday. Cut off. This person did not text me when I was going through a lot, even though I did not tell them. Cut off. This person saw that I posted something on my status. I saw that they saw it, but they did not respond to me because they are not nice to me, because they don't like me. They shouldn't be my friends. Cut off. We live in a world where any little thing, everybody's like, I'm just protecting my boundaries. I'm protecting my peace. I'm just setting boundaries. Sometimes your setting boundaries is actually unforgiveness. So instead of trying to understand what happened, you are just acting from your own point of view. Oh, this person did this to me. Clearly, this is a bad person. Clearly, I don't need such bad vibes in my life. All right. And all of this happens without you even having a conversation with the person. Because it is when you have a conversation with the person that you know that, oh, this person that forgot your birthday, they had one deadline at work. They did not even sleep the night before. The only thing that they remembered was the work that they had to do. Nobody even heard from them that day. It is when you reach out that you will discover that this person that you said saw your status, their phone was just viewing on its own. Like they watched one person's status and just dropped their phone and it just kept going. And it wasn't about you. Too often, when we think of our life in relation to other people's lives, we tend to forget that every other person is a complete individual of their own, right? We think, oh, this person did this to me intentionally. And we center ourselves in other people's lives. Isn't it crazy? Because if someone was thinking about that about you, you would be like, are you the center of the universe? What do you mean? But look at you. Oh, this person did not wish me happy birthday. Okay, I'm going to cut this person off. The older you get, you realize that you need relationships. You need relationships. And this means having difficult conversations. This means that when something pains you, you are not just quick to say, that's the end of this friendship. Okay, it was good, it was nice, goodbye. And it's something I had to learn. You see, I had never really been the kind of person who would fight with my friends or have difficult conversations that can cause fight. Because, like I used to say, oh, anger is a very strong emotion. I don't do it. I don't have energy for it. I don't have capacity for it. But I have this friend, and something happened sometime in, I think, 2020. I can't even remember what it was about. But somewhere in my head, I had settled that, I'm not going to talk to this girl again. Like, this our friendship, whatever it is that we are doing here, is over. It's done. It's over. And then she called me like the mature human being that she is. You know, a mature adult being friends with a child. Because clearly, like they will say in Nigerian parlance, that's more picking the warrior. So she called me and she started to like talk about how it made her feel and was now asking me how I felt. And before I knew it, we were having a conversation and clearing up assumptions and clearing up things. And at the end of the call, I was like, this person is going to be in my life forever. Because up until that moment, I had never had an issue with any of my friends that, oh, if we just sit down and we just talk, that's it. We can talk it out. We can talk things through. It doesn't, like, every confrontation doesn't have to lead to goodbyes. It was mind-blowing for me because I did not grow up in a culture that supported that. I did not grow up with that, oh, if something is not going well, we'll talk about it and then we'll move on. I grew up in it's not going well. Okay, silent treatment, everybody goodbye. Come they go. And this is also something that I realized. I was watching an episode of Abbott Elementary where these two older women, Barbara and Mel, I think is her name. I can't seem to remember. That's crazy. And they were talking about their relationships, right? Barbara is married. Mel had a boyfriend. Both older women, say maybe 50s or so. Teachers. And they were talking about how they employ the silent treatment. Barbara is married though. She's supposed to be a Christian. And she's like, why do I have to talk to him? Can't he can't he listen to my silent treatment and diagnose what is going on, why I'm angry? And Mel was of the same belief. And one of the other teachers who was the guidance counselor was now asking them questions like, do you want to try telling him how you feel? Maybe it will be better. And they were like, what do you mean? And the next day they came out, they were like, wow, talking to him really helped. You will not believe that he had no idea that I was even angry about the things I was angry about. And it was funny to me because many of us go through life like that. Oh, this person should just see my face and immediately code that something is wrong. You did something wrong. Apologize for it. But we tend to forget that not everybody grew up that way. We tend to forget that for some people, if you don't open your mouth and say what the problem is, they will go through life assuming that there's no problem. Granted, more often than not, you see this with the men. If you don't tell a man that something is wrong, the guy will just be going about his life and be smiling and be happy. And it will be paining you. It will be paining because like, why is this one happy? What is making this one happy? All of that to say, when it comes to building relationships, you should not be so quick to burn bridges. What you should be quick to do instead is not necessarily seek reconciliation, but to communicate. Because sometimes what you say or what you see as protecting your peace, as having boundaries, is actually unforgiveness. Is that this person has hurt you And instead of addressing the fact that you're hurt, because it will then make you vulnerable, you choose to just cut them off. Like, this person did this, even if they have no idea what they did that was wrong. That's it. One strike and you're out. But even in baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. It's not one. If somebody does something to you the first time, communicate. It's a different thing if you say it repeatedly and they keep on doing the same thing. And you're like, you know what? It just looks like you don't care that this is something that is important to me. So let's all go our separate ways. It's a different thing. But not that you don't even put in the effort to even try to address the hurt, address the issue, address the problem, and you just pew. It's important that you don't do that. And this is important because we are all human. Sometimes people are not necessarily being difficult. They're just being human with flaws and all. This is just how they grew up. This is just how they were raised. It's not a personal slight to you. It's not like they woke up and said, you know what, today I'm going to be wicked to Gift. Or today I'm going to be wicked to Naomi. You know what? I feel this urge of wickedness. I'm going to be wicked to Taiwo. That, unless they are witches. Did you not wake up thinking that? So people will hurt you because that's what people do. People. I use people as both a noun and a verb. People. People will hurt you because everyone is flawed. You will hurt people. Like I said earlier, you're a villain in someone else's story. You're not the hero. You're not always the hero in other people's stories. There are some people that will tell their stories and you'll be like, wow, I was such a bad person. So it's important that the same grace you will show yourself, you will show to other people because, and you must understand this, you need relationships in life. There is literally nothing like a self-made man. Because even from when you were born, you did not just fall from the sky. Relationships led to your being born. Relationships helped you get through school, get through wherever it is that you are. Nobody is literally self-made. Nobody. You need relationships. And you must learn that the relationships that you cut off now because you refuse to communicate or like you refuse to address issues may cost you in the future. There's something that God told me a while back. And I just woken up from a dream and it was just one line. We're going somewhere far. And the way he explained it to me was, imagine that you are someone who is offering a service and you do it so excellently that when the person that you're offering that service to comes to you and they're like, oh, wow, you did such a good job. Wow, thank you. They're just so effusive with their thanks. And you're like, I did it like this because we are going somewhere far. I'm not seeing you as a one-off customer. I'm seeing you as a repeat customer, as someone who will keep coming. So I'm working with the mindset that we are going somewhere far, that in the future you will still be my customer. And the same thing applies to relationships. Particularly relationships that you know this is God ordained. You know. You have to view it with a longevity mindset. That wait, this relationship, it's good now, but I've seen how much better it will be in the future. You must have that mindset when you're building relationships, especially with people that have shown you that they genuinely care about you. You're going somewhere far. Whatever age you are now, you'll probably live at least twice that. You cannot go through life alone. You cannot go through life always cutting people off. There are people that I met 10 years ago that I'm still friends with, that have even helped me as I've navigated different phases of life. See relationships that way. See your friendships. See your work relationships that way. Because even your line managers, even your colleagues, the person that is your colleague today, maybe somebody who is even like a CEO in the future that will require your services. Wouldn't it be better if they remember you as the person who can do the work and is kind than the person who can do the work but is so toxic that no one else can work with her? And they're just like, we can't bring this one here. Oh. This one will just scatter this company culture and we'll be starting from square zero. You can't be a person who consistently burns bridges and is then praying for open doors. Because open doors are connected to people. People help people. God helps people through people. So what do you do when you're experiencing situations in your relationships where it feels like it's just easier to burn bridges? Communicate before you disappear. Let's say you need space. Something has been done and you don't have an answer. You don't want to give an answer that will then scatter the relationship. Just say, you know what? I need to take some time. I need some time to myself to think through this. I need some time to process this. And when you say you need some time, be specific. So that don't say I need some time and the next thing you have ghosted 2 years, you are still processing. Don't be that kind of person. Communicate before you disappear and be sure to come back. Even if this relationship isn't going to continue, at least come back and be like, oh, it doesn't work for me anymore. What you did was really hurtful. I can't get over it. But communicate. The second thing is to set boundaries. Don't create enemies. There was something someone said, I can't remember if it was Jada Pinkett, where she talked about that forgiveness isn't always that you let people back into your life. You can forgive people and then proceed to love them from afar. And when it comes to relationships where you've been hurt, right? You can create boundaries without creating enemies. You can be cordial with people without letting them into the inner details of your life. If it's that this relationship no longer serves me in that way, it's a simple thing of creating boundaries. You don't have to turn people into your enemies because they are no longer your friends. There's such a thing as acquaintances. I don't know if there's any bar lower than acquaintances, because I think it typically goes from strangers, acquaintances, friends, close friends, family, I guess. Some people can and should be downgraded from friends to acquaintances. Some people should be upgraded from acquaintances to friends. Some from friends to close friends. And this will typically happen in different seasons of your life. But the point is, the fact that you're not friends with somebody doesn't mean you have to be enemies. The opposite of friendship is not enmity. It shouldn't be enmity. It shouldn't be, especially with relationships that you have with people that you used to be cool with before. Create boundaries. That doesn't mean you should create enemies. Create boundaries. Then the last thing I want to say is learn to manage conflict without shame. And this is something that I learned, like I said, from my experience with my friend. Because when we think about telling people that they've hurt us, we are admitting something. We are admitting something. And we are admitting that we care enough to be hurt. It's a very vulnerable conversation to have. That I cared about you so much that what you did hurt me. And not only did it hurt me, I still have to address the issue. Like, it's already bad enough that I've let you in so much that you had the capacity to hurt me. But now, I have to sit with you and explain to you how you hurt me. I would much rather that you just saw that I was hurt and you immediately clocked that, oh, what I did, it pain am. So there's that vulnerability that comes with addressing conflict. But it's important that you learn to address it without shame. You are human. You have feelings, you have emotions. You can genuinely love people. It's fine. It's not a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not something against your nature. It's not that, we'll take 2 strikes off your humanity because you became vulnerable and something that somebody did hurt you. No, you're human. If you're going to have any real relationships, if you're going to have anything real, emotions wise, you must be vulnerable. If a relationship is valuable to you, is important to you, you will address the conflict without shame, because like I said, we are going somewhere far. If I know that in 10 years, this is still my person, this is still my friend, I will address it now, because what do you mean? You are misbehaving. I've seen our future, and this your behavior. No, it cannot make it to our future. So you need to fix up. Have these conversations. Address these conflicts without shame. There is nothing to be ashamed of. Love is nothing to be ashamed of. The fact that you love somebody, that you call someone your friend, and something that they did hurt you. The fact that you care enough that it hurt you. Yes, you are vulnerable, but you don't have to be ashamed. You're just human. Embrace it. Don't run away from the fact that you're human. And have these conversations. It's important to know that burning bridges may feel good today, but it can cost you tomorrow. It may feel good today, but it can cost you tomorrow. Don't be that person that is always moving around with scissors. Any small thing. Always snipping. Build bridges, don't burn them. The fact that someone is no longer your friend doesn't automatically mean they should be your enemy. You can have acquaintances. You can have hello, hi people. But don't be that person who is so quick to cut people off. I hope you learned something, and I'm rooting for you. Until next time, bye.